Hello, everybody. How are you doing this morning? Welcome to Animation Summer Camp Holiday Edition.
Hello,
Today,
everybody. How are you doing this morning?
we are currently having Independence Day, August 6th, holiday today. So, most people are either at the beach or going out or something. But here we are having our animation camp. I hope that you took yesterday and had a lot of fun with your projects. I've been watching in the groups and I realized that you guys have been very enthusiastic about your work. So without further ado, I need to get some housekeeping done. First things first, Schoology. I realize that a couple of you are logged in, but you have not yet done the discussion. Everybody needs to do the discussions, right? Everybody needs to go on to Schoology, and whatever assignment or activity is there, you need to do it. Another thing that I need you guys to do is the challenges, right? Some of you, I noticed that you haven't started the challenges as yet, but I need you to do it. Some of you have gone above and beyond and have been working, and you can share that experience with the group that once you are working, you are learning, right? So if you're not doing anything, you're not going to get much out of the camp. Now, in the course itself, there are several things that you need to pay close attention to. So let us go into that right now. I am going to just walk through the course, right? All right, so basically, this is our Schoology account, right? And please, guys, ensure that you are logged in to Schoology that you can follow along. All right, so basically, in Schoology, you have different materials. We have PDF books, animation, background, layout from student to professional, right? Character animation fundamentals, skills for 2D and 3D animation. These are books that you can read, right? I have a folder called animation here, and if you're using Adobe Flash, this is actually a tutorial for Adobe Flash, so that you can, whoever wants to use Adobe Flash or animate, they can use this to develop their skills. Now there's an assignment called Assignment One. I want you guys to do Assignment One at some point using internet resources. At least identify at least um, five careers that are related to animation. Let us break this one down. So it says due Sunday, July 14, but I'm going to change the due date, right? However, it says using internet resources, identify at least five careers directly related to animation. So you're going to find five careers. Then the Ministry of Environment has started a project to make young people more aware of the dangers of discarding plastic straws in the ocean. They have given you the following script to create an animated video, right? So here is the script, and it talks about the turtle crawling up on the shore, and it talks about Fisherman Joe, and he talks to Fisherman Joe, etc. So that's the script. And the tagline is when we discard our plastic waste irresponsibly, our local sea life gets hurt. Please recycle. Now it says design the characters described in the script and using the template provided, which I will send to you, create a storyboard complete with camera angles to illustrate your concept and ensure that your work is neat and tidy. All right. So basically, this assignment, this assignment will actually be a storyboard assignment, right? And after that, you can animate it. So, so guys, what I want you to do is look at these assignments that are in. This is the next one, and it is due on Sunday, right? So I want you guys to ensure, I want you guys to ensure that you, let me just set the due date, August, June, July, August. I'm going to set the due date to today's the 6th. I'm going to make it Monday in the coming week. All right. And I am going to assign 100 points this assignment. Right. So I want you guys to ensure that you go in and do your assignment. So that is a storyboard assignment. Right. So please check your Schoology. All right, guys. Now, the next, going back into the camp, let us explore what else is there. Now we have some links to different sites that we can use for our.
Grammarly does more than catch errors. With Grammarly, you can find really good.
Let me just share the screen that I'm looking at in terms of one of those links that just came up just now. All right, so this is a guy called Draw with Jazza, and Jazza is a very good source for you to learn animation, right? Animation, drawings, etc. Right? And pretty much what he's going to be teaching you to do is drawing fundamentals or the construction using the construction method, right? And he's going to be drawing digitally, right? So he's using Photoshop. You can use Krita, etc., etc. Clip Studio, whatever drawing software you have, you can use to um, to catch it. Now, what he does is go through the whole process of figure drawing so that you can get better at figure drawing, right? And even here, where it shows you that you can actually outline someone's head like this, and you can add your own head to it. So what I'm going to do is share that link to WhatsApp group so that you guys can see it. I'm sharing it with the WhatsApp group now so that you can use it to do some advanced drawing practice. All right, guys. So please, there are a lot of resources in Schoology that are available for you to get better at your animation. Remember that we only have 8 days for camp, and what I'm going to do is actually extend the camp for another extra 2 days so that I can ensure that everybody has a tangible project to show at the end of camp. So I'm going to actually extend camp for 2 days. And Sunday coming, we're going to have our morning and evening session as well. Now, when we're finished wrapping up here today, I am going to be calling each of you, and we're going to be doing some one-on-one sessions. All right, guys. So let us um let us just get going really quickly. All right. So let me stop sharing, Mr. Jazza, and let me go back to Schoology. All right. So basically now there are some other tutorials in here. Force drawing, dynamic poses. Dynamic poses are is a critical technique to learn when you are doing animation, right? And I'm just going to share the link so I'm not going to go over about Trilogy. You just follow the link here or from YouTube video. Start from the Make My Camp uh, what's so can to see what we're looking at. And same person is the one who gives that tutorial as well. All right, guys. So basically, we have a whole heap of stuff in the Schoology. Secret to drawing the human figure, etc. There's an animation assignment number 2. You can do that if you want, but technically you would have done that already as one of the challenge. Now inside your let me just create a new folder, and I'm going to call it assignment 1, right? And in assignment 1, I'm going to put the resource, the first assignment that I asked you to look at. And I am going to put the accompanying um, template for your storyboard, right? And what you can do is that it's a Word document, so you can actually print it, right? You can actually print it. And let's look. So it's called assignment 1. So it's the latest thing I put in there. And you can actually print the storyboard. It's a Word document and it shows up like this, and you will soon see it. So there you have scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, and then you have where you draw your your diagrams or your characters, and you have description on it where you're what's happening. That's the script provided. All right, guys. So I want you to do this exercise. Start working on this exercise today. Um, Jalen says I am lagging very badly. Yes, I apologize for the lag. Let me just put up a banner there. So, to yes, I apologize for the lag. My internet is not the best today. For some reason, since morning, we have been getting kicked off. I need to possibly close off everything else that is using internet in here, except my phone, of course. But basically, I've been getting kicked off a lot since morning. But what I just want to tell you guys is I will be calling each of you and talking to you personally today regarding your projects. All right. So, does anybody have any questions while we are here in the open forum? All right, type your questions. While you're typing your questions, let me go on. So you have, while you have Secret to Drawing the Human Figure, there is a job resource, right? So if you want to get a job in the animation industry, there are 2 resources that you can use for your job. All right, here's a question. Is Adobe hard? All right, is Adobe hard? For me, I don't really think that Adobe is hard. It has a steep learning curve, but once you start using Adobe products, Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Premiere Pro, Adobe Animate, Adobe After Effects, it's a professional tool, so it's going to have a little bit of learning curve, but it's pretty straightforward and easy after that. That is the only tool I use, because when I was back in my younger days, we never had a lot of free software like you have. We never had Fire Alpaca. We never had a lot of software that is free and easy now. So we had to use what we had. So basically, you can use Adobe, and Adobe is good. But if you can find something else that you can learn quickly, especially if you can get free software, because Adobe is not free. Adobe is ridiculously expensive. So if you can use some free software, you will be all right. All right. So that's the question. All right. So basically, just let me go to these job links. and I'm going to have to share these job links as well. All right, so let me find them. CG Society. All right, so the first one is CG Society, and CG Society is somewhere that I like, where I can go and get. Let me share my screen again. Share screen. CG Society. Let's go. All right, so this is CG Society, right? And you can post your work up on CG Society, right? Um, Basically, CG Society is, well, it's really a site for CG. Now, remember, I heard one of you guys say you downloaded and started to look at Blender, right? So for Blender users, this is a good place to post your work because really it has a lot of 3D imaging, 2D imaging as well, but mostly 3D image for game design, and it has realistic stuff. It has for gaming, for animation, you name it. Mostly for gaming though, right? So if you should check out this is what people use to showcase their work, and they can even get jobs from it, right? And when you're looking through, you may see some things that you are familiar with, some artists that you're familiar with. Even this one with this old guy here, here he is kissing this young lady. This is 3D, right? This is not real, right? And why I like this especially is you use this to inspire yourself as to how far you can go with 3D technology, right? This is what I use to inspire myself, and I said this is where I want to go, right? So this is where I want to go in terms of how skilled I want to get, right? And it says, what software should I use for the assignment? And let me just tell you right away. You can use pencil and paper for your assignment, or any drawing software, right? So you can use pencil and paper or any drawing software for your assignment, right? So, and then once you're finished, you upload it to me, and you can upload it to Schoology. The assignment is there to the take the actual picture, right? Or you can just take a snap of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. But you have to take it in a manner that is easy for me to see. All right. So ensure guys that you are doing your assignments, right? That is very, very critical for us to move on. All right, guys, ensure that you're doing your assignment. All right, yes, someone says it's so realistic. Yes, you can use Blender to do 3D animation. Here's another site that we look at. It's called ArtStation. ArtStation is another site, especially now if you want to get jobs in the animation industry, right? And let me just go straight to jobs. It's kind of like CG Society as well. It gives some tutorials about you can learn stuff how to create characters for games, for movies, etc. Right? This has a whole heap more options, 2D, 3D, you name it, right? So this has a lot of options, and I want you guys to explore them. It's called ArtStation, right? And let me look at the jobs. Let me just go into jobs. All right, let's look at the jobs that are out there. All right, find your next job.
Hi everyone, and welcome to my very first ArtStation learning video. My name is Joel dos Rodriguez. I'm an art director and working at Ubisoft Montreal on the brand new Brawler Champions.
All right, so basically, here are some studios that are seeking people for work, right? So, Rebellion Studios, are you guys familiar with EA Games? EA Games is hiring, Playground Games is hiring, Insomniac Games is hiring, right? King is hiring, Supercell is hiring, um, Ludia, Retro Studios, Wilson, Ubisoft is hiring, and if you're familiar with Halo, Gameloft, High Noon, you name it, Blizzard Entertainment. Let's see what Tetrarch. Let's see what let's just look at probably King. All right, let's look at what King. 6 jobs open. It's in Sweden. All right. Now it talks about the studio. And guys, remember we're gonna be talking about pitching in a few minutes. So kinda pay close attention to this, right? So we have they have a job for an animator, right? And the job is permanent and you have to relocate to Sweden, right? They need a UX director, Candy Crush Saga. You play Candy Crush, right? These are the people who make Candy Crush. They also need a senior art director. They need a art director. They need a VFX artist. They need a senior VFX artist, right? And all of these positions are permanent and you have to live in the country for that. Some of the jobs are not permanent. You are able to, let's look at Rebellion Studios to see what's happening with them. Some jobs are not permanent. All of these are permanent. Well, for some of them, they're not permanent and you're able to work from your home. But it's good to see what the careers out there in demand are, right? It's good to see what the careers are so that can um you can set up yourself to work. You can know exactly what you need to study. Because as animators, you're not going to be all rounders, right? It's better to specialize, right? So specialize in what you want to do and look at the different careers. There's an assignment there for careers. Look at the different careers in animation, decide what it is that you would like to do, and then you just follow along that particular path, right? For instance, I am a generalist. I'm an all-rounder, right? So I do 3D, I do a little bit of 2D, I do a little bit of everything, stop motion, you name it. However, my specialty is video editing and teaching. So I do post production work. So my skill set is in post production, where I put everything together. That is my skill set, and that is what I focus the most on. So if I'm going to do an animated video, I have someone who does the drawing, I have someone who does the audio, I have someone who does the special effects. My job is to put everything together and finish up. So that is my role in my industry. And teaching is another thing that I do because teaching is a skill that can run concurrently. So while I'm not doing production, I can be teaching other people like yourself to be good animators, right? So so that is how we work stuff out. Now let's get into pitching. Pitching. Now pitching is where you are going to sit down. What you're going to do when you sit before me and you convince me that your animation is going to be the right stuff for your animation is going to be the right stuff where I will spend my hard-earned money. Sorry.
I didn't catch that. Could you try again?
Oops. Right. So my pitching, you are going to be trying to convince me how can I spend my hard-earned money to pay for your animation, right? So basically, what is a pitch, really? How do you pitch? First, you have your idea. You would have put together the document in the form that we want to, we were going to look at in terms of your proposal, who it's for, and who it's for, how much money do you expect it to make? Because you're not really going to be doing it just for a hobby or doing it for free. So if you're going to do a game, you must say, well, we expect like 10,000 people to download the game, or we're going to sell the game for $2 US. And then you you decide that well, when we get this money, you, Mr. Martin, are gonna get like a percentage of it, and then I say, okay, let me give you some money to help you to do your work, right? So basically, tomorrow when we start, not tomorrow, when I talk to you one on one and you're gonna pitch with me, we're gonna be looking at doing stuff like a pitch deck, right? We're going to be looking at your pitch deck, which is your PowerPoint presentation outlining everything that you plan to do, right? Then we're going to be looking at how you carry yourself. So that is one thing that we have to look at. How do you carry yourself when you're pitching, right? What kind of confidence do you have? Are you articulating properly so that I can understand you? Are you simplifying everything so that I can understand what you're saying, right? And I can make out that if I want to ask you questions like how much money will it cost to do that, are you able to answer in detail? So basically, what I want you guys to do is work on your pitches, right? PowerPoint is the best thing for pitching. And I'm going to send you a pitch template that you can use. Now, Jalen would have gotten, Jalen Card would have gotten a PowerPoint presentation for your game. And I realize that I am lagging really badly now. So Jalen would have gotten a PowerPoint presentation for their game, which they should have filled in by now. And the animators would have used the example of the Adventure Time to set up their pitch deck, their pitch Bible. So what I want you guys to do is to refine these things, and I am going to be going in my one-on-one session now, where you guys are going to show me what you have so far, and I will help you to refine their pitches so that on pitch day, which may be Sunday or Monday, who knows, right? On pitch day, you are able to come up here and do what you need to do. Now, the format of pitch day, this is how it will be. I will be inviting you as a guest on the stream. So the persons who are going to pitch, I'm going to have you lined up, and I'm going to have one of my a couple of people like Caitlin and Nishan to sit in, and you will pitch to all of us, and we will say, well, we like that idea, or we don't like that idea, or fix that idea. All right, guys. So basically, one of you who wins the pitch will get a prize, and that's what I'm going to give away, a prize for the best animated or game series. All right, guys. I won't tell you what the prize is yet. It will be a surprise prize. All right. So guys, without further ado, let me close off the session today. And I just want to remind you, just before I go, I just want to remind you that you definitely need to visit the Schoology, right? Please ensure that you visit Schoology. I cannot say it enough, right? Cannot say it enough. Let me stop again. Okay. Share. Okay. All right. So let me fix that one. So jobs and art station. So that's where it is. What else? What else? What else? What else? All right. All right. Anime testimonial. This is a link, I think, to. Okay, this is a testimonial that some guys. Let me just copy and paste it. Yeah, you guys need to be exploring these things. I should not be copying and pasting these things for you, really and truly. All right, so that's the anime testimonial, so you can look at that. Um, of course, you guys would have gotten the manual already in the Camp Day 1 resources and the Day 2 resources. So please ensure that you do assignment 1. So let me just add, let me see if I can edit assignment 1 folder to say exactly what I'm trying to say. Edit, and I'm going to put urgent in capital letters that you need to do it. All right. If you have any questions at all, please ask me. All right. So that's it. Please do animation 1. It is urgent. Right. The folder animation 1. It is urgent. And then afterwards we can move on. All right, guys. So that's it for today. We'll be doing one-on-one sessions from now until about 3. So I'll be contacting each of you to ask you if you're ready, and if you aren't, we can always schedule a time. All right. So before I go, are there any more questions before I go that I can answer in of this public forum? Any questions? All right, great. So, guys, good luck, take care, and I'll be contacting you shortly. All right, until next time.